Hello, my name is Kenya Bogans, and I will be presenting New York City HIV diagnosis and deaths 2011 through 2015. So in June of 1981, a disease of epic proportions ascended upon the United States, and it went on to become one of the most ravaging epidemics in its history. So the HIV/AIDS epidemic has taken the lives of over 700,000 people in the United States alone, and more than 35,000 people are affected each year. So even until this day, HIV continues to have a disproportionate impact on certain populations, particularly racial and ethnic minorities, gay and bisexual men, and other men who have sex with transgender women. My project will explore how the HIV/AIDS epidemic has affected the city of New York and its 5 boroughs during the years 2011 through 2015, and the analysis of the data is further categorized by United Hospital Fund neighborhoods. Now, the United Hospital Fund of New York is a nonprofit organization that focuses on improving healthcare in New York. So why did I choose New York City? I chose New York City because it is the most densely populated city in the United States, with just over 8.8 million people who call the city home. At its core is Manhattan, a densely populated borough that's among the world's major commercial, financial, and cultural centers. Now take a look at the KPIs, or key performance indicators. So we look at the new cases year-over-year percentage, and it is the number of HIV diagnoses 13 years of age or older divided by the previous year. My new case death ratio percentage gives us the number of deaths from any cause among people with HIV or AIDS 13 years of age or older divided by the number of confirmed cases. My new case death ratio year-over-year percentage gives us the number of deaths from any cause among people with HIV/AIDS 13 years of age or older divided by the number of confirmed cases divided by the previous year. And my new cases per year are the estimated number of people 13 years of age or older living with diagnosed HIV infection. So what I'm going to do now is go to my dashboard. And as you can see, I have included a slider that covers the years 2011 through 2015. I have stacked all of my KPIs to the left, and I've included 4 line column charts, 1 scatter chart, and a map. We look at the data by year, race, location, and age. So any indication of a red arrow will indicate that the data is increasing, and an indication of a green arrow will indicate that the data is decreasing. So for this illustration, I'm going to look at Manhattan, which is here. I'm going to select Manhattan, and I'm going to look at the years 2011 through 2012. And what I'm going to do is just describe what we see. So for new cases for Manhattan for 2011 through 2012 is 1,580 cases. As we look at the data further, we'll see that 346 Black males make up that number, and 126 Black females make up that number. If we look at age, the same data, we'll see that males between the ages of 20 to 29 make up 456 of our cases. And my scatter chart, if you look at the scatter chart, moving further to the right, the new cases increases. And as we move up the chart, our new cases year-over-year percentage increases. So looking at Manhattan, we see that whites lead the number with 533 diagnosed, followed by the Latino population at 506, followed by Blacks at 472. This chart here just breaks down the data by borough. And we see that Manhattan, the total is 1,580 when you look at male and female. We also look at our KPIs. The new cases year-over-year percentage decreased by 3% from 2011 through 2012. Our new case death ratio percentage was 48%, and our new case death ratio year-over-year percentage decreased by 7%. Now, I did find some positive and negative insights while working on my project, and I'm going to take a look at those right now. In 2012, I found that my new cases year-over-year percentage decreased by 9%, which is a positive thing. And the new case death ratio year-over-year percentage decreased by 8%. But with any good, you also have some bad. So in 2014, I looked at my data and I see that my males that were between the ages of 30 through 39 had an increase of 12% of new cases year-over-year percentage. Now, one thing that I would have liked to had in my data that would have made a really big difference, especially considering the transgender population, is if my data source had numbers for transgender population. But if you look at my data source, it only included a broad view of numbers. It did not give me a breakdown of the ages or the race. So I'm going to select transgender and you can see what I mean. So it did not give me a breakdown. So I just did not include these numbers in my data. But what does my data say? What does my data say? So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And as you can see, a broad overview of the data will show you that even though the HIV cases are decreasing year by year, you can see that here, my new cases are steadily increasing looking at these numbers. New cases year-over-year percentage across the boroughs is 6%, and the new cases death ratio year-over-year percentage is 5%. So my suggestion is that we continue, the government and local government and communities continue to increase the advertisement, commercials, and all for HIV to raise awareness that the condition is still active, very active in our communities today. So that's all I have. Thank you.